What is up YouTube? Isaac Havoc here with another video, and in this video I'll be showing you what I do exactly for my shoulders. I've actually made a separate video on how you should actually stretch before doing any workout whatsoever, be it shoulders, back or whatever. First movement, the Smith machine shoulder press. And like I said earlier in the video, I did not include my warm-up sessions. I did not include any warm-up workout or any warm-up session in this video. I just jump right into the movement so that you can actually see what I do without wasting much of your time. So the first movement is the Smith machine shoulder press. But here's the twist. I'm not sitting fully upright. I use a slightly inclined bench, somewhere between a strict shoulder press and an incline press. Why? Well, because the angle allows me to push heavier without stressing the neck or lower back. In short, I do not want to actually stress my joints, but I'd rather put more focus on the shoulders themselves. And this way it blasts the front and side delts with brutal consistency. Doing shoulder presses in the Smith machine will actually help you isolate your shoulders, and it will actually make the weight feel much more heavier. But when it gets heavy, I try to, push as much as I can off the chest just to maximize the amount of power that I have in reserve. On the final set, I usually take it close to failure. That last rep would make you question things a little. That is how I actually grow. So I might do the same reps throughout the workout, but when I'm doing the last few reps, I would rather do them almost or slightly slower than the initial ones, so that I increase that extra tension and extra burn in my shoulders. That is exactly how I manage to grow. So the second exercise is the seated lateral raises plus 5 pushes. I do this for 3 to 4 sets, but in this workout I only did 3 working sets and 1 warm-up set, which I do not include in the video as I mentioned earlier. I go for 12 or 8 or 10 clean reps, and then I add 5 pushes at the end of each set. Notice that the pushes are actually a little bit slower than the working reps. This is to actually include an extra burn and extra tension on my side delts or the side parts of my shoulders. Those pushes are actually the reps that nobody sees, but they build the separation. They are ugly, they burn, but that's what gives the shirt that round silhouette. And like I said, I may do the same amount of reps during the workout, but I'd rather slow them down during my pushes so that I actually, can feel that extra burn, which is what makes my shoulders grow. The third workout is the alternating front dumbbell raises. Now we shift the focus forward. Alternating front raises with a slight inward twist at the top. This movement will actually make your front delts or the front part of your shoulders grow. It gives you that fullness when you put on a tight fitting shirt or just a shirt in general. That rotation pulls more fibers into play, and it mimics how the shoulder moves in the real world. If you want your shirt to stretch across your upper chest, this is actually a movement that you should include in your shoulder workout. The last exercise that I do for my delts is the inclined bent over rear delt raise. So most people would do this as a standard bent over dumbbell rear delt raise. But to reduce momentum and extra movement of my total body, I would rather, do it as strict as possible. So as you can see in the video, I kneel on an incline bench, chest down. That position is what keeps my form strict. No cheating, no swinging, just total isolation of the shoulders. In such a movement, you would actually not even be able to lift your usual, standard rear delt weight of the dumbbells, because it might be heavier in this case, and you're isolating your shoulders from, that extra momentum. So most people skip rear delts, but if you really want real shoulder roundness, you can't ignore the back. Let me know if you really want some videos like this in which I explain what sort of workouts you do and how you do them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace. I'll see you in the next video.